What's up, guys? It's Rydek from Rogue Sheep Gaming, and today I'm going to be bringing you guys a real quick Spinmetal farming guide. This is in the rocket yard, or at the very beginning of the Devil's Lair strike. And we're just going to go ahead and kick this one off by going to the left and just sort of hugging the wall here. And in places where I shoot, that's where Spinmetal usually spawns, and in other places there's going to be chests. And of course, as you can see right here, there's Spinmetal that spawns right in front of that truck, and also by those cluster of trees at the end. We're just going to head into this little center building here. It's usually Spinmetal spawns inside. And we're going to take out this servitor really quick so he quits blasting on us. And we're going to go ahead and check this warehouse right behind the servitor. Now you can jump up and keep going directly on this route, but I like to take the inside building here and scour for the chest that could be in that cave or in this little warehouse entrance here. And Spinmetal does spawn in the corner, and there's also another Spinmetal that spawns right in front of this truck. And we're just going to hop around. Sometimes Spinmetal does spawn down here as well, like it is now. And as you go around the corner, Spinmetal does spawn inside of this little half-buried container. And then sometimes a silver chest does appear behind it. The generators, I mean. We're just going to keep moving along here. You go up top, sometimes Spinmetal on either side of the entranceway here. And there's another little access point, kind of a little indoor warehouse type area where you can grab another chest inside. Now down here, with the nights kind of raining down on you, it's kind of a good idea to look around. Some Spinmetal does spawn next to the front of that pickup, and it also spawns next to those cluster of trees. And there is a warehouse entrance right below you as you drop down. Make sure you check that for a chest. Sometimes Spinmetal does spawn around the corners of the last area before you actually go in the big building to the first encounter of the Devil's Lair strike. And a chest in Spinmetal also sometimes spawns behind this train car. We're going to be moving along. Right after you exit this side of the train car, there's going to be another warehouse entrance, and lo and behold, there's a chest inside for us. And we're just going to keep moving on to the left, especially looking in the corners. Sometimes Spinmetal does spawn in there. Spinmetal does have a tendency to spawn in between the wall and the train car. Now, as you can see, some Spinmetal in front of that truck that I pointed out earlier. We're going to go ahead and throw a little grenade, distract them, and grab that. And we're just going to keep moving right along here. Now, there are two warehouse entrances. There's going to be one here on the left. And then there's going to be another one after you're going to bypass this doorway here. And you're going to move on to the right of the doorway. And there's going to be a chest inside that we're going to grab. And basically you're just going to keep moving in a giant circle. I know that most of the farming material runs, people try to make them as easy as possible and put them in a big circle or a big loop. So people can just sort of infinitely farm. Now right there where I shot at, sometimes Spinmetal does kind of pop up over there, so you definitely have to watch that. Now in this next area, Spinmetal can pretty much spawn in both of these large cylinders, and also in the old loot cave spot. There can be a chest that spawns in there as well, and then also there's a platform that I show you on my second run through that basically shows you that there's a chest that spawns in there. Sometimes some Spinmetal does spawn in behind the piping right there. And like I said, we're just going to go ahead and continue to the left motion. And we're back in the original area. And just sort of make sure you check these little nooks and crannies to make sure that no Spinmetal is left behind. And we're just going to go ahead and make sure you look in between these crates, these buried crates, because sometimes Spinmetal does spawn. And we're just going to hop over here. Now sometimes a silver chest does appear here, so make sure you kind of keep an eye out for that. And just keep checking the corners as we're getting really close to the very beginning of it. And we're back to where we spawn in at. And make sure when you do come back to where you spawn in at that you check the far end. And we're going to go ahead and check inside that far end tube right there and just keep on our run. Also, always just checking around, making sure, because you can definitely see that the glowing material that you have to collect, and it's just kind of easier to run and grab it off the bat or just sort of remember where it's at. Once more, checking the small building for Spinmetal. Gonna go ahead and just run past these enemies here in the interest of time, because I know this one's kind of gonna be a little bit longer than I would like, but you know, that's fine. I mean, you guys can obviously stop watching at any point in time, but I hope you watch the whole thing, and also like and subscribe. That would be amazing as well. And we're just gonna continue to look around here as hopefully more Spinmetal spawns in. Like I said, sometimes in front of that truck, and then sometimes there's some around that corner like we collected last time. And there's the Spinmetal that spawns inside of that buried crate, and then sometimes a silver chest behind the generators. And we're just going to keep going like we did last time. This is basically the same path. I just ran it twice so you guys get a better idea, and I didn't get very good drops as of last time. And make sure that you do double check your warehouse entrances or building entrances. I don't know what you guys want to call them. I'm just going to call them warehouse entrances for the purpose of this video. But just make sure you check inside of those, because sometimes the chests, if they are turned around, the green lights aren't showing, so you can't really see those. So make sure you just double check in those areas. Also, here's another area that I didn't show you guys beforehand. You can actually drop down in there, and sometimes Spinmetal spawns in by the water. So just basically clear out those nights and you can grab that Spinmetal. And we're just gonna keep going. There's a yellow and brown chest right there on the top that sometimes spawns in. I think that's a super random chest. And of course, just make sure, like I said, that if you see Spinmetal, you either go run and grab it, or you remember where it's at in your run, so you can kind of loop it into your run. We'll just check both of these building entrances or warehouse entrances right here for a chest. Doesn't seem to be very many chests that I picked up, but I did pick up about 30 Spinmetal from just the 4 runs that I did for the video. I kind of edited 2 of them out because there was a lot of fighting and there might have been a death in there. I don't know. I can't remember exactly. I did shoot these last night. But yeah, just go ahead and continue to, and like I said before, there's where the other chests can spawn, on the very top, right next to the old loot cave, or loot building, or building entrance, or warehouse entrance, whatever you want to call it. And just keep running through here, making sure to scan the open areas in the middle to make sure you're not missing any Spinmetal. And this is going to continually wrap us around until we get to the very beginning where you spawn in. Now you can access this on patrol, and you can also access this through the Devil's Lair Strike. Especially if you have your friends, you can do Spinmetal farming, and you can complete the Prime Strike at the same time. Kind of get yourself double rewards, especially if it's like a weekly or a daily or a Vanguard Strike mission. And like I was going to say before, guys, make sure that when you do go to the end of it, you do check this little upward catwalk area. But I think that's going to do it for me, guys. This is Rydek from Rogue Sheep Gaming. Thanks for watching.